Dollar Corporation as Fed Assembly and Boom Dangers Preserve Sway Singapore. The dollar become on a company footing on Monday, as investors braced for a sharp U.S. hobby fee hike this week and looked for protection as records points to a weakening international economic system. The dollar was up barely against maximum majors in the Asia session, buying and selling at $1.0208 on the euro and steadying Friday losses to buy 136.26 Japanese yen. The U.S. Federal Reserve concludes a two-day assembly on Wednesday and markets are priced for a 75 basis point BP charge hike, with approximately a 9% chance of a 100 BP hike. Market response will switch on how hawkish Chair Jerome Powell sounds with his determination to lessen inflation inside the face of slowing increase, mentioned National Australia Bank (OTC) NABZY Forex strategist Rodrigo Cattrall. The slowdown has driven buyers to pull again on tightening expectations, concerned a wobbly financial system can solely face up to such a lot of rate rises, but investors are yet to take the dollar down too a ways from milestone highs given the global outlook is so clouded. The U.S. dollar index steadied at 106.650 on Monday, simply under a two-decade excessive made in mid-July at 109.290, and analysts don't see much in the way of hurdles to the dollar in advance. That belief determined Currency in facts on Friday, which showed agency hobby inside the United States gotten smaller for the first time in nearly years this month. Hobby in the Euro quarter retreated for the first time in over 12 months, and growth in Britain turned into at a 17-month low. Geopolitical anxiety is also going for walks high, with Europe's increase depending on Russian gas, and the Financial Times reporting China has made stark warnings in opposition to a likely experience to Taiwan with the aid of U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Even the most constructive final results for Europe, stated Société Générale (OTC) SCGLY strategist Kit Jux, rests on an unknowable electricity protection. That nevertheless leaves the euro, to all intents and purposes, unbuyable in the meantime, he stated. And, in all likelihood for the relaxation of this year, for the reason that the leverage fuel materials come up with the money for the Russian president is at its greatest in the winter. Sterling is susceptible by way of extension and it slipped on Monday, whilst markets reckon on a 60% hazard the Bank of England could lift quotes by means of 50 BP subsequent week. It turned into last down 0.2% to $1.1988 GBP. The Australian and New Zealand bucks have also retreated from one-month highs. Each fell approximately 0.3% in the Asia session, with the Aussie last at $0.6907 and the Kiwi falling to $0.6235. AUD. Australian customer price statistics is due on Wednesday and is forecast to hit a three-decade high. Such a hot variety ought to lend aid to the Aussie by means of ramping up bets on fee hikes, even though analysts warned the backdrop become broadly speaking bad. The Australian dollar will specially be a feature of the ARENA economic outlook, said Commonwealth Bank of Australia (OTC) CMWA's head of international economics, Joe Capurso. The darkening outlook shows the Aussie has extra disadvantage than upside risk and can test $0.6800 this week. Bitcoin fell 3% and lower back underneath its 50-day shifting average to $21,851.